Here for day 5, ALGS Apac South. We head to World's Edge for our first game of the day. Of course, 2 big lobbies for Group C. For Group A, 6 final matches for the regional finals. So that means, Genome, of course, for those more towards the bottom of Group A, this is their final chance to maybe get out of that bottom 8.
The last chance, the last dance for a lot of these teams in Split 1 this year. I mean, ALGS Year 3, they'll have a chance to come back potentially. But I guess that's what they're kind of fighting for now. Either the chance to come back versus the guaranteed invite to come back. So, day 5. This is going to be our first series. We're starting off on World's Edge, of course. We've swapped it up halfway through the season. We were starting with Stormpoint and then switching over to World's Edge. We do the opposite here at the second of the season. And I believe it will be the same for our regional finals next week. Starting with World's Edge and then moving on.
So first circle, green circle, over towards Landslide. We head out to the western side for the opening match here, World's Edge. A little bit of conversation in the pre-show. North, south, where we're sort of heading. And it's neither. We head out to the west, we head out to Landslide, which is absolutely dream start here, obviously, for GS, a team that's closer towards the bottom end of the standings at the moment, 19. So on the cusp, on that precipice of top 20. That's the other part, right? Like, there's 3 factors to all of this. You've got that battle for top 4, then you've got top 20, then you've got bottom 8 that you want to move out of. So that's a lot of different eyes that we need to keep on for basically the entirety of today. Of course, for the bottom 8, that will get solidified today, and therefore the top 20. So for a team like Golden Sage, who actually had a very, very good week last week, Gino. Remember, 18 points collected. They got themselves out of that bottom 8. Now it's about maintaining that.
Yeah, and with another good circle for him, for them here, that might just be enough. I mean, I think if you remember, we had the landslide circle last week, Xenox. It was kind of that very classic one where you finish just around the crane. You've got the team who sort of plays up the top, who has a really good spot, essentially until the last circle where they get forced off the high ground. And if they haven't sort of suppressed the other teams enough by that point, then it can be really tough to play out. So you've got, it's kind of God spot until right at the last moment, at which point you need to have sort of put in a lot of work to be able to just finish off that last bit and not get focused by all the teams that are on the low ground.
Yeah, and obviously for Golden Sage, it's Group A, so it's 6 matches remaining for them. And, you know, when you take into account the fact that there's going to be a couple of teams in Group C in that bottom 8 that will get sort of the double chance. They're on 41 points at the moment overall. As I said, really right on that cutoff, just inside of the top 20. As Chicken Sandwich will get a little bit of action over towards their position at the moment. Of course, close by to Golden Sage. MDY White making their way over as well. And Exoclan just to the outskirts, just north of staging, close by, but not really looking to push all the way into Landslide. First teams here, of course, will get these positions, but Landslide in itself, there's really not going to be a whole lot after that. You know, you've already got Chicken Sandwich, Golden Sage, MDY White. Obviously, have taken one of the caravans as well. I mean, this is already going to be a largely congested area early. Those teams coming in late and have to play edge.
Well, yeah, it might just be one of those circles, Xenox. They wouldn't necessarily have to play edge, I guess. That definitely is an option for them. They might just have to hold, you know, the positions further out that they can't necessarily hold into the late game. So if you're a latecomer, you're going to see a lot of teams holding, you know, around countdown, staging. Still certainly has a couple of berths available. And then you've also got sort of the in-between places there as well. The caravan up towards the north. Actually, no, that's actually getting cut out of this next circle. Interesting. You know, we've got the Boogie Borders starting in Lava Fissure. They're probably going to be happy there for the moment. Harvester won't really be in. The tiny edge of the snake there that you're seeing is pretty much all that the Harvester team is going to be able to keep in for the next circle. But yeah, you're right. Like, certainly in the center of Landslide, there's not a lot of safe spots when you've got a bigger circle and a lot more of these angles are open to the teams.
DNZ and Ant Esports, really the 2 that are the absolute furthest away at the moment. Ronell's actually already largely inside of this round 1 circle. 2 minutes to go. Not really a whole lot going on at the moment. Should confirm, 19 squads left. I'm assuming we came into this lobby with 19 squads, Gino, unless I have already missed something really quickly. I actually didn't quite catch that at the beginning as we were dropping on in. We did have 19 last week as well. I think it was Stinky B that eventually dropped out. Not too sure which team we might be missing here.
Yeah, I mean, Stinky B. Look, I did get told that Stinky B were going to be playing this week, so I don't know if that's happened or not. With the lobby bug at the moment, it kind of makes that a little bit hard. I'm trying to work out who's changed their name, because there's a team called Popcorn in the lobby. It's got Kizix, Zabi, and Jubjabib on it. Okay, right. So they used to be Ath. They've now switched their name over to Popcorn, just in case anyone is wondering where that team has come from this late on in the season.
Yeah, interesting name as well, Popcorn. He's probably a team name I haven't really seen. Generally, when teams, players, representing themselves, they go with some really egregious names, but I like Popcorn. Short, sweet, to the point, as we get a nice little overview here as to the area around staging and well, actually, sorry, this is over towards the north side here, but north of Landslide, I should say, a countdown, and Dreamfire holding out there. MDY White, we saw them make their way in, of course, a little bit earlier. They actually had an option if they wanted to go to Landslide. They were in and around that area really early on in the piece, but elected to push to the south of Countdown instead, giving up a more central location. And it still is really only the two teams actually occupying the center of Landslide, a Chicken Sandwich and Golden Sage. No one else going for it. So it's staging and Countdown with the two larger POIs that everyone else is sort of just holding out to at the moment. And I guess seeing what happens going into that second round, which is going to be happening now.
Yep, we'll get that info real soon. As you can see, Dreamfire was scanning. They had the drone ready to pop on the survey beacon as soon as this round ended. And look, as expected, as called, Xenox, it has gone straight to Landslide. We're definitely getting a circle somewhere in that vicinity. It is centered, essentially, on from Circle 2 to Circle 3.
And that's probably not going to be good news for a lot of teams that were probably holding out hope that it was going to go either to the south towards staging, north maybe towards Countdown, or at the very least just sort of maybe away from that central Landslide position. It is quite open outside of the center of Landslide in terms of really cover. Probably not a whole lot. MD White in a position though. MDY White maybe catch a couple of teams coming from Countdown. We gatekeep a few that are going to be looking to push into their position, essentially holding the edge of the green circle at the moment. Boogie Borders, a team that obviously was holding a really, really good position in the overall standings last week going into day 4, Gina, but only 10 points gained has seen them drop out of the top 4 down into 5th place. An opportunity represents itself here, of course, for day 5 for them to account for a bit of a lackluster day 4, pick up the points and themselves back into the top 4 going into the regional final.
Yeah, no doubt at all about that. Interesting that, they're the ones sort of on the outer of this circle in Lava Fissure, while Chicken Sandwich, often chasing kills on the outside, chasing people down, maybe a little bit more on Storm Point than World's Edge perhaps, but either way, they certainly like their frags. Are still other ones this time who are sitting dead middle of Landslide. Here you can see free agents trying to move in, playing a variant on the composition that Dreamfire were playing before.
Popcorn, this is formerly Ath, in and amongst it as well.
Still running that rampart on Kha'Zix. Not given up on that, which, I guess isn't completely surprising, considering they've actually had some reasonable success on that. Big change up here, I guess, for free agents is they swapped out the Seer for that Bloodhound. Not working out for them right now, with Bigsy on the floor and eliminated. You can see Ant on the high ground here, combining to do some damage and remove him. But I guess, yeah, the reason for that is pretty much why I was talking about in the pre-show, which is that Seer's ultimate can be removed by EMP. Bloodhound, when he pops that Blood of the Hunt, he can continuously scan through smoke, and you can't take those wall hacks away from your teammates. That is always present. There's no way to deal with that, or there's no way to at least remove that advantage from the other team.
And esports making their way all the way from the out east. They've gone for a south wrap. DNZ that was kind of close by to them have actually gone more towards the eastern side of this circle, holding a large cutoff position at one of the tunnel locations. So Ant have kind of put themselves into a position there where they're pushing in, and quite frankly, from a really difficult spot, obviously having to try and push through Popcorn, who are basically taking free shots at them. Overview, though, for what has, in the end, been a rather quiet start to this game. We think back to last week, and really, by the end of round one, we already had 3-4 teams eliminated on a largely consistent basis. Slow start here to open things up, but it could be day 5 shenanigans in a sense for those teams that are obviously trying to avoid the bottom 8. They want to take things a little bit slower, a little bit quieter, as Dreamfire not going to be in a position at all to play slow here. These kind of fights, though, this is where that Bangalore smoke can really aid them.
Well, going up against 20th Guaranteed, who are pretty well set up inside the control room here. You can see pylon fences ready to go. They're struggling with this smoke. Does Dreamfire have the EMP? No, they've already used that. So with the ultimates down, actually, yeah, it looks like they committed all 3 ultimates to that fight. Xenox didn't really, have anything come of it, so now they have to push back. And we saw how deadly they are when they combine these, and the way that they can chain them together was one of the things that saw them have so much success last week.
I think that a lot of their success was probably outside of POIs. Out in the open, pushing through tunnels, pushing through these sort of crevices, and really utilizing that open space with the smokes playing in and around that. The POIs themselves, we didn't see them in these kind of positions. And it's guaranteed, though, a team that, quite frankly, again, didn't really do a whole lot last week. A fight that really Dreamfire should be winning, and it seems like they are getting that initial knockdown.
There you go, the EMP comes in, knocks out all of the defenses of 20th Guaranteed. They pop out a little bit too far, and as soon as someone goes down, Dreamfire are ready to get in there.
Trent did get knocked one, at least onto Pete, but Ems and Roy doing the rest of the work to get rid of 20th Guaranteed. The EMP proving to be the catalyst to allow them to just push in. Smoke goes out to provide that cover, or they can get the revive as well to get Pete back up.
Do they have time, though?
Clean and quick.
Do they have time? GQ now coming off the back of this. They've seen this. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get those med kits off. This is going to be a very hard fight to get away with, especially when there's an EMP. Half the shields are gone.
And it's a mirror composition as well. GQ bringing a Bangalore of themselves. Smokes everywhere. Frak just missing. Bumui has Sutat already knocked down. Big Boss is cracked. He's now flashed as well. M's and Pete's aim to be set for them.
No way!
Eliminated, and GQ fall as well. Dreamfire able to ward them off as they were recovering from their previous fight against 20th Guarantee. Now they've got 6 kills to their name in quick succession.
Unreal fight win from Dreamfire there. They had about 200 health between the 3 of them, and they managed to take out a full 3v3 against GQ. This is why these guys are at the top of our region. Just unreal ability to take on other teams in the way they fight. It's just unparalleled.
By winning those fights, the entire northern side of the zone is quite vacant for them. And it may be competitive, might be Dugu play later on. We switch our attention over towards free agents, and I think for the most part, the southern side of this zone towards the southwest. This is really where it's heating up now on the bridge. ExoClan have got good sight lines here. Falcon's being cracked open. That's by Killabos of ExoClan. They've got a good high ground. He does get the knock on the Big Z as well. Falcon has to drop down. Free agents are just being picked apart wherever they go. High, low, does not matter. I think they're out of the game shortly here. Lahim with a big crack. They're big down surely from here. Inside of the smoke, can't save him from those bullets. Lahim doing a great job, but not enough. Free agent can't score 13th place.
Holiday was on 1 health, does manage to get the shield swap and pick up the purple armor. You can see just trying to dodge around now, though, because Buriram in this meantime, they were the ones who managed to stay within staging and just have free reign on everybody. They've been farming up red armors with charge rifles in the meantime, and now that the fight is just theirs to take, they'll pull in and they'll be able to clean up Holiday in no time, I would imagine.
Speaking of cleanup, Genome, ExoClan, 8 kills now. They've been cleaning up on that bridge towards the southwest coming into this landslide position late game. They won't have God Spot, but they've got the kills already to their name. Great start for Exo. Really, really highlighting there from that overview the position that they've held, high ground position, and boy, they have made the most of it. Kill lobby leader as well for Killapos, so they're in a great spot in terms of kills. Triple purple, in fact, almost over to red as well in terms of Evo. So good position for them going into the late game here. That they've already got the kills, they got the credits in the bank. What more can they get?
Yeah, can they push their way further into this? They certainly don't have position in the zone, and they do have Buriram behind them as well as Popcorn to their east as well. Limo from RTL is currently sitting underneath them. The Seer player just by himself, honestly, going to be struggling to get out of this one, especially with 8 seconds left. This round is about to close. Okay, here is the Hail Mary. Valk ultimate. Will the Skyward Dive find their position in the zone? Pretty hard to call at this point, honestly. There's a lot of people in there. There are some caravans free to play, actually, if they can choose the right one. Maybe they get in here. They actually go down towards Chicken Sandwich, and they're going to have nades going in towards them straight away. This is going to be such a hard spot. Oh my god, Strafing Flame has just lit them up.
Thought they were going to go north side. North side was clear. They elected to drop on a Chicken Sandwich, and it might be their downfall entirely. Yeah, it is. Zeki next is gone, and Killapos can't really utilize those knockdown shields all that effectively. He almost did a decent job, all things considered, but they are gone. They're out. And the move that I thought they were going to make, Genome, is the move that Buriram United themselves have gone with up towards the north. They've got 5 kills to their name, into the top 10 now, but they're starting to lose a couple of players. Jack Cute's just been knocked.
Boogie Borders, they're trying to fight for their own position here. Do they go for Chicken Sandwich or do they go for Buriram? It looks like they've turned their attention north to Buriram. With 2 of them down, it's only Gop Gaps left alive here. And Boogie Borders just sort of playing... you know what? The attention isn't on them right now. And the attention's on a lot of these other teams, like Northside, down the bottom here, have managed to take out DNZ. Now, Chicken Sandwich still right in the middle of the zone. They had to clear out EXO there, or that was going to get really tricky for them. So the fact that they've been able to do that and then reset sets them up very well for this late game.
Dugu play just got a little bit under the radar this game as well. Checking them out, 8 kills, Northside clear for them. They largely dealt with Buriram as well in conjunction with Boogie Borders. So in the end, Buriram, that Northside, yeah, it was clear, but they got pinched from both sides, towards really the east and the west. We get down to the final 7 squads, so this is where Landslide's going to play a factor, right? And in terms of these caravans, we've got a couple of teams occupying a few. Boogie Borders, Chicken Sandwich haven't really moved out of theirs. Golden Sage, well set up, and Dreamfire, they have been able to get themselves a good position. 6 kills to their name. Good position late game here as well in Landslide. On top of the crane is where they're holding.
Dugu play. You get a knock. Well, they've been knocked, actually. And they reset from this position. They're just going to have to walk their way in under the view of people like Dreamfire, who are currently holding the top position, as you can see there, as well as Golden Sage, who are in the caravan.
Popcorn is in trouble along with Northside. They're the 2 teams, and yeah, Northside's gone. Popcorn might be next. They are getting gatekept by Boogie Borders. Chicken Sandwich should be safe. They got the caravan, but Boogie Borders are trying to keep Popcorn at bay. Popcorn have done a decent job of actually pushing on up, getting into a good spot. Chicken Sandwich can see this, and Chicken Sandwich can actually third party this, and they too can put the pressure right onto Popcorn, who have now got to deal with Chicken Sandwich and Boogie Borders.
You can see player K there, desperate for some light ammo. He has to hit these shots, and he does with the Kraber, because it's his only option right now. His teammates getting right up in their face. Panna trying to make this work. You can see this other team is just... Popcorn's just absolutely pinched into a corner here as Boogie Borders pulled down from the north as well. Panna, he actually goes a little bit too deep there, gets eliminated, and now they're down a member as well as some resources here. Chicken Sandwich... trying to keep the pressure on all sides of them, but unfortunately, they do lose a little bit here towards the end.
I think a lot of credit here to Popcorn. They've been able to do such a good job at withstanding the pressure from Chicken Sandwich, from initially Boogie Borders, who have backed off a little bit. It's the Crane play now, though, where we might see the next action. Dugu play had pushed in below Dreamfire, who are doing a decent job of really just picking them apart. M's getting the kill onto Kill Only Noob. Another kill there for Dreamfire. Only Moonlight Tears remains for Dugu play. who have picked up a decent amount of kills this game, but unfortunately their time wearing thin. Although Moonlight Tears can go for the respawn here
Oh my
and
God.
actually get both of them back. Kill Only Noob and Busu Say are back into the game. Dugu played back to 3.
All right, I guess we'll see if they even make it to the grounds here. Dreamfire are looking directly down on top of Moonlight Tears. Golden Sage are fencing them out. This is probably the riskiest res we've seen so far this split, and I'd be very surprised if they manage to get out of here, even with armor or a gun. But more important than that is probably these other teams who are playing for this final circle. We've got Dreamfire up top. The 2 players of Chicken Sandwich left are going to be going up against the 1 player of Popcorn left, who seem to be being taken down by Boogie Boarders here. You can see they're doing pretty well, but they need to get Shady back up.
Yeah, Chicken Sandwich thought they had an opportunity to third party, but immediately Strafing Flame gets knocked. Player K trying to pop them back. Fussy, good tags, good down. Dugu play. Are gone in 6th after all. Commend them though, you had to go for that revive. It was still worth it to maybe try and get some extra placement points, but not to be. Golden Sage, who have had God Spot basically for the entire game, finally come out to play. Dreamfire as well have done a good job utilizing this high ground, utilizing this position to find those kills. Now time to probably start making their way down. Still just a duo, the Chicken Sandwich. The numbers are with Dreamfire. The position still probably with Dreamfire as well.
They pop the EMP. Now they're going to have to drop off the high ground very soon, but they've done well. They've let these other teams get into it, and now it's just them versus the 2 of Chicken Sandwich.
Wow. It's somewhat winnable. Probably not, though, because of the numbers. But Chicken Sandwich still both have got red. Player K low on health. And unfortunately, not going to have any time to get back to full health either. Dreamfire, the quicker they move, the better for them. That they can pounce onto a wounded duo. Player K is down. Strafing Flame now needs a 1 versus 3 clutch. It has been knocked from Strafing Flame. Roy surely doesn't lose this position. He's cracked his flesh. He's half health as well. Surely they don't lose from this one. No, they do not. For Dreamfire, it's the dream start for their final day. They want to collect all the points available. And boy, what a start for them.
And if you can think about the fact that they had close to 200 shields and health combined between the 3 players, and they still won a 3v3.